Aloha world. Beautiful new morning here, and you see these famous Baywatch stations here in Daytona Beach, and these are actually very old. Has a whole story how they started to use those, and usually it also has, with the chalk, they write days information there. And this is a beach where we have lots of rip currents, so you have to really know what you're doing, and it's very strong here because it's pretty much open ocean here. So there are days where we even have rip current warnings, and it's not advised to go in. And rip currents are interesting because I've got into a couple of them during my world travels, and this is no kidding because they can really take you. One of those times I was in Hawaii and I was out and I didn't have my fins on me, and that was really scary. So, but you learn what to do, and there are certain things you can do and not to panic, and you'll get out of it, as in life as well. But today, let's talk a little more about how we can become who we love to be. And yesterday was a very exciting day. I was buzzing so crazy in a good way. And when I just now took a moment with my inner woman, and it's like, okay, what was the highlight of the day? Let's see. My earplugs are acting up. So yesterday when I thought what was the highlight, then what came up was that moment when I had my regular meeting with my beautiful girlfriend who lives in Hawaii, and she just said a new business name she has been working on. And just for the fun of it, I was like, oh, let me just see what the numerology says about the name. And before I knew it, I just shared, what the numbers were saying. And a beautiful alignment, combination, harmony came from each letter, each word, like the combination, the whole thing, And it was just so beautiful how naturally the whole information was flowing through me, how she got more excited and activated by it, and like the whole process, it was just like a short, impulse, but it was just naturally flowing. And before we knew it, like we could see like some other ideas Spirit was giving, and it was just so beautiful, and I was like just buzzing all over, and I was like, hey, what just happened? And that's another key. It is, becoming who you love is discovering those beautiful elements or also talents which you have deep inside, you may not even know that you have in that combination or certain way. So I started to think back into my life, where else have I done this? And just the other week, I did similar thing. I don't even register it, because it's so natural. So these natural talents are so natural, you don't really even think that it's something special. So another friend who in Estonia is right now trying to figure out her business and kind of like how to do it like differently. And once again, I just took a look, couple of ideas, how you can, uniquely package it, what you can do, how you can stand out in the marketplace, which is very saturated right now. whatever you're doing, and how you would create a high demand, how you would make it very unique, and also using everything unique about her and unique about the location, unique about the market's requirements or needs currently. And a beautiful impulse came through that. Then I went back in time. It's like, okay, where else have I done that? And I remember several times also for my clients. There was one client, we were working on some other projects as well, and what came to the surface was like, hey, you should write a book on this topic and do it like that. And then she's one of them who actually did it, because many people, I tell those things because they are a little bit maybe out of the ordinary, so they actually don't take it so seriously. But she knew that, okay, when Crystal says something, it's good to pay attention, so she did. And she put it to works and even sent it to me, and now it's also actually translated to English, so you can actually get this book also in English. How amazing! Like my impulse and idea. So I can look, maybe I'll even find the book and take a picture and put it down below later. And some other clients, so going back in time, it's like, wow, I've done that for a while. I haven't even really realized that fully. So how that idea all came together was because I went to this beautiful new co-working space, or workspace collective as they call it, and I also met one of the owners there, and the whole place is very beautiful, lots of opportunities to rent a space for a day, come co-work in a co-working space, or like do different things. So really, really cool. And as I also looked around on their webpage, I noticed that they have actually coaching, business coaching there. So I thought like, what if they also would offer something like holistic business coaching on the, as an addition. I don't know any business who is actually maybe, offering it that way. And maybe I'll throw it out there for them as well. And so I was like, okay, so how could I package that? So for example, someone comes in and is like, okay, my business is a little blocked, or I'm frustrated right now. So okay, let's sit down. So what is your name? What is your business name? Then we do numerology first. Then what is it you would like that business to do for you? And then we go step by step with all of the tools I have and basically go through it. So we can look into send tarot cards. I can do energy reading. Energy reading means like I close my eyes, I look at you, I look at your business, because it shows like energies, it shows forms, it shows like different things. And it also starts to show, if I ask, it starts to show symbols or pictures or messages. Hey, look at that, or see, there is this dynamic going on right now. Then I can also look at the inner family archetypes. Let's say you as a woman are in business and your masculine feminine polarities are the opposite or are like a mess. So whatever you're trying to manifest is not manifesting because your basic polarities, the masculine and feminine, are actually really out of whack. So it's not going to work, because if you want to manifest anything, the masculine and feminine have to really go hand in hand. And also the inner child. The inner child is really wounded and you haven't dealt with that or haven't healed it. Then nothing will really fully manifest, because she needs attention, she needs healing first, and only then, your masculine feminine can fully start to co-create, Or let's take 4 elements. So fire, water, earth, air. So if any of those elements is out of balance, let's say you are having too much fire, you like passionately into everything, you're doing like 10,000 things at the same time, what happens? You'll burn out in no time. You have too much water, you're flowing all over the place, you're just like, okay, I don't need schedule, I don't need structure, and then before you know it, everything is like chaos. Or let's say you have too much earth, you have all the structures, you have all the systems, you have everything in place, but then you're missing the flow, you're missing the passion, you're missing the new information, you don't integrate it fully. Again, everything is, mess. Or you're too much in the air, you don't have the systems and structures in place, So that's another way to look at that. Or let's say you're not really sure where to go, what's like the next step with the business. So we can do a mermaid divination. So each shell has a meaning. And then when you ask a question, and then we can put into the divination set, your business as a separate shell, and whatever else you have, even if you have like team members you have questions about, we can put them into the equation as well. And then as you ask the question, the shells fall down, and then the way they are falling, we will see, and it starts to tell the story, how things are and how they are all, connected, what you can do to change it, because every shell has a meaning, every corner where it is has a meaning, and spirit is just so damn accurate with this divine, divination there, even more than any other tools I've used. It's just like, it just blows me away every time, and it's just so fun. It's just so fun to do that. I'm just like so happy about that. And that mermaid divination also came kind of the same way, a hidden talent, hidden possibility. And then suddenly I figured out, wow, I can really just start to do it, and started to play with it. My husband was the first guinea pig, and before I know it, I'm actually doing it, professionally, even paying taxes, doing that in a current part-time job. So now, as you see, there are so many ways. And also, let's say if someone comes in and they have a physical business, like a shop or office or stuff, and there are things happening or not happening, they're very frustrated. And I have done that many times in various places in the world. And the most amazing one was actually when I was in Mexico, and I worked in a cultural center there. And when I got in there, it was a mess. Energetically, it was a mess. There had been lots of negative stuff going on. And I went in, the first thing I did was clearing and cleaning and cleansing the space. So energy cleansing of the space. I went through all the corners. I checked all the entities, everything, what was there, what wasn't there. And with the owner's allowance, we changed and shifted the whole, establishment. And in no time, with my help, and then that's also where I met my current husband, Michael. Together, we also started to do beautiful, amazing movie nights. And in no time, it grew from 10 people coming to see it to 100, and continued like the whole season. All kinds of events came back, and it was like a tour for the years to come. So that's actually one of the examples. I haven't even thought back like that. And there also what I did was I actually worked very closely with one of the owners, because he just fell down the ladder, and broke his neck and was, you know, actually paralyzed and spent the rest of his life in bed. But also the power and energy he gave up. He finished his book. I could even also help with their editing that. And on top of that, also he wanted to be in the water, so we even did water therapy. So I even mixed that in. And then because I was also pretty good with social media, I did social media, I did photos, I did marketing. I added all those elements in there as well. So many different things. And as I was there, I was thinking like, okay, how many different things or talents am I using of the things what I love to be and do? It was really amazing. And that was a very amazing exchange because I didn't get paid. So I stayed there, and it was in exchange for my apartment later because my friends were moving away, and then I could just share my gifts certain number of hours per week, and then enjoy my time there. So there are so many ways to create the life you love and become who you love, and I have definitely tested quite a bit of those opportunities in my own life. So, and yesterday I was also thinking, okay, who else or where else can I go with this? And Spirit and my Divine Feminine was actually already starting to give me a list and saying, you can actually, even if people would not pay first because they don't know, or like this is a really weird service, you can just like say, hey, I'm gonna just come in and I'm gonna just look and observe, and then if you open, I can give you input and feedback, how to get it better, whatever your goals are, how to get there faster. And when I thought back like into my life, there so far hasn't been fully, you could say, okay, this Mexico project kind of was, because that was on like other circumstances, and yeah, maybe it doesn't really fully count, but yeah, to find an establishment or organization where my feedback or energy reading is fully like taken into consideration and fully taken action. So now what I can do is create a question, where are those establishments, and also can be more than one. So let's say if I find like 5 companies to work with like that, I can do it also remotely. So I do first observation and kind of figure out where they are, and then put like a plan in motion. So usually to really get the full benefit, it doesn't just help to do just one session. I need to build up like a customized whatever is their need. But it would be actually also very cool to do like a whole experiment of like someone, like a 6 months project or a whole year, and then see like where we can take it together. And what's really cool about this is that when something like this would happen, is also you have this very holistic and spiritual way of looking at things. And now I'm also incorporating more of my human design, and I'm a mental projector 4/6 profile, and you can put me anywhere. I can sit down, I can sit there for 5 minutes, and then I'll actually you know, just observe, and I will get a little bit of like ideas and energies and input, and I can give it back. And then if a person is implementing, they can actually change, you know, the quality, or, you know, where they're heading. So the mental projector energy type that's who we are. We just have the ability to see how things are, you know, put together, where the blockages are, how it all kind of creates itself, and what we can do to make it better. And as I'm walking, I also got another business in mind, which I can reach out and yeah, see. So now the problem is very many of the small businesses where you just have 1 or 2 persons like kind of working with it. They may not be very open because they like, oh, I've done it for a while, I already know how it works, and they may not be open. And that's such a shame, because there are lots of things you can do to increase your revenue, like, you know, even how to connect more to your divine feminine. And sometimes people, especially when they have small businesses, they get very stuck in their frustrations and blockages, so they're not really fully able to connect to their beautiful intuition. So that's another thing to look at. So yeah, isn't that like fun? So yeah, as you experienced right now, so it turned kind of into a long video, but hopefully full of lots of value. And I hope the sound quality is okay, even though it's doing so naturally that you're not even like anything like special. At the same time it is. And if you would put it more to work, it would actually fully, you know, fully serve you. And with this reflection here, I'll finish it, put it to work, and figure it out, and have been enjoying this beautiful journey. We are almost like halfway mark, and that you have had some amazing meetings with your divine feminine and enjoyed the input she has given you. And please also share if you have questions or just want to share in the group as well. And if you still have people who would benefit from these inputs, don't hesitate to invite them to the group. So now they just have to answer a couple of questions, and then I'll add them. So lots of aloha, put it to works.